we're gonna talk every day, especially in classes, different kind of topics related. At the beginning, we started with food, then a different topic. Right now, we're gonna talk about something different, especially related to traveling. Okay, vacations and something like that. And that's why you have to upload something which is very important, after the class. And so we will talk about that. But now we're gonna start. Let me okay show my screen, and let's start with the presentation that I have for today.
Mhm.
Can you see David now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay. Um, Today we're going to talk about an interesting topic, especially this. All of these lessons will be related to different places in the world. There's a special place in, I think, in Europe. Okay, it's the Northern Lights. It's a must see. If you go there anytime, you will be able to see, I think. But in this lesson, we're gonna talk about things to do when you travel in Northern Europe, in this case. But especially these lessons will be related to traveling, to do something uh, overseas, to in other countries, something like that. Okay, and well, this is maybe a question, maybe in the future, I don't know, but have you been to Northern Europe? Which country do you want to visit there? If not, right?
No, I have never been on in Northern Europe. Even I wasn't never out of my country. I think. But
Okay.
I would like to visit Northern Europe. I think it is the most interesting countries in Europe that I will really like to visit. Even I would like to maybe to study or to move one of those countries.
Yeah, right. Especially, I don't know, I heard about Finland, about the education system. Also, according to some statistics, I think Finland is the happiest country in the world.
Yes, the happiest country
Right?
in the world.
I think
And
in Bolivia we are in number 100. I'm not sure, but we are.
I think I am not happy, so it couldn't be a lower uh, position.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's interesting, right? In Northern Europe. Well, and the next one that we're gonna do is over here. There is a matching game. There are some vocabulary related to this. For example, let's go through the sentences. Pay attention to the words in red. Okay, let's read letter A. I'm gonna read letter B or something like that.
John expects to get a good grade on the math test because he studied really hard on it.
If the snow stops tomorrow, we'll be able to ski tomorrow morning.
You have to dig a deep hole in the frozen lake before ice fishing.
The northern lights sometimes appear in the sky in the farthest northern countries of the world.
The Summer Palace is one of the must-sees in Beijing.
Okay, and let's try to get no, not try to guess. Let's do these numbers. What about the number one?
Okay, number two, I think it could be ice fishing.
Yes. Have you heard about that anytime
Yes,
maybe?
people do holes in the ice and puts their I don't know how to say caña de
Yeah.
pescar.
Yes, they can. Yeah, it's not a trap. Yeah, we need to look for that word. Okay, ice fishing.
Yes, they
Yeah,
fish through the ice. There is a lot of there's another fishing. I it's interesting. I think is the fishing. I don't know how to say. I don't know, ground fishes or something like that. Fishes that are inside of the ground, so they sleep in the
yes,
ground.
on the earth, right?
Yes, in
In
the
the
earth.
soil. Yeah.
Yes, and so these people make a hole into the ground and discover those fishes that they are sleeping. It's interesting.
Yeah, I saw. I think I saw that. I don't know. Maybe it's in Asia or in some areas of the world. I don't know if it's possible to do it in Bolivia or in South America.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is fish hook. Okay. Have you
Fish.
been? Yes, fish hook. Have you been? I don't know. Anytime did you go to fish?
Mm, yes, I went to fish some time when I was at Cochabamba in the tropic.
Okay.
My uncle bring me with him and we fish with a red. They throw into the water and they pull from the how to say, the strength no, from the I don't know how to say orilla.
Ah, really? It's yeah. It's kind of insect, an insect.
No, they, they throw the red or the carpet. Sorry, no, no, no.
Okay.
Tiran
Ah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. The web.
yes, and they throw it from the web. Yes, so I think that was the way. But
Ah,
I
yes.
heard that they also used to fish with
The
dynamite.
hook. Ah, dynamite. Yes, and hook. I think. Wow. Yeah, I never. I used to fish with web, with fish web, and also with the fish hook, as we saw. Okay, but I think this. I don't know what happened with my presentation. Okay, but with this one, right? We say anzuelo in Spanish, but it's a fish, fish hook, right? Something like this, right? Did you used to fish with that?
Mm, no, I didn't. I didn't fish with fish hook.
I
I
did.
think it's difficult because you had to wait a long time.
It depends. Sometimes it used to be a lot of fishes.
I used to fish with my own hands.
Ah,
Sometimes
really?
fishes uh,
Yeah,
it gets into sometimes some I don't know how to say raíces into the
yeah. In
water.
some roots, in some
Yes,
roots, and
some roots into the water. So you put your hand quickly on them
yeah.
and you catch them.
Ah, yeah. I used to do it the same, but there is one small green fishes here in the Altiplano. It is called karachi, the green fish.
Wow.
Yes, green fish, and they are not fast. They are very slow
Uh,
and easy to catch even with hands.
uh, here in Santa Cruz, there is a catfish. I think is the name.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think that's the name, right? Green, right? Oh no.
Mm, I don't know if it's the same one. Catfish. It has seeds.
Ah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was
It
told.
doesn't have scales, right?
Yes, it doesn't have stem. It has his. We
Some
used to call it a shoe fish. I think shoe
ah,
like zapato.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there is also here that the catfish, yeah, I know, but the other one is with scales and it's green and it's small. It's a bit very interesting. We eat that very traditional food from the Lake Titicaca is called guayake.
I never heard. I've never heard about that fish. That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
interesting. A
interesting.
green fish.
Yeah, it's like it's small, short. It's very interesting. Yeah, green fish. Okay. What about number three?
And number three could be skin.
Skiing, right? And how about number four? What do you
Number
think?
four is northern lights.
Yes, the Northern Lights. That sounds interesting. I have a video about that. Northern Lights. And the last one is
Specs.
Specs, right? Yes. When like we say, I'm gonna succeed in my test. Yes. Okay. I must see Beijing. Wow, it must be really interesting. I like to go in the future to the Chinese Wall. They say it's very. They say it's very very long, right?
Yes. Um,
Okay.
Chinese wall.
Before we go to the with the conversation, I have an idea. Well, I prepared some videos. I couldn't find this. I don't know why. I think because I'm very maybe there is somewhere, but I was not able to find. But instead of that, I was looking for especially the lessons title, and I found one video that is I think is really interesting. Um, but let me please. Wow, what did I do? I think I closed it accidentally. I don't know. Okay, just a moment, please. No, I didn't close. It was ready. Yes, there is. Okay, here we go. And once again, I'm gonna share this one and let you can listen, please. Okay, let's do it.
On Arctic nights, the aurora often flames across the winter sky. What is it, and where does it come from? This is where the tale of the aurora starts. On the Sun, a star of average size among billions of other stars in our Milky Way. The Sun acts as an enormous power plant. The energy is created deep inside the core of the Sun. Here the temperature is over 14 million degrees, and the pressure so enormous that hydrogen atoms are squeezed together into another element, helium. This nuclear reaction releases energy. The light radiates outward from the core of the Sun. In the outer layers, the heat moves to the surface in huge eddies called convection cells. These electrical currents of charged gas create magnetic fields inside the Sun. In some places, strong magnetic fields push their way up through the surface. They slow down the eddies of hot gas. The surface cools, and darker sunspots appear. The electrically charged gas is called plasma. The plasma drags the magnetic field further outwards. The magnetic field stretches and twists like a rubber band, and then the rubber band breaks. several billion tons of plasma is hurled out from the sun. This is called a solar storm. The solar storm can reach speeds over 8 million kilometers an hour. After 6 hours, it blows past the planet Mercury. After 12 hours, the planet Venus. And after 18 hours, the solar storm reaches Earth. When the solar storm reaches our planet, something strange happens. An invisible shield, the Earth's magnetic field, deflects the storm. The magnetic fields couple together and create a funnel where the gas streams down on the daylight side of the pole. This is the daylight aurora. The magnetic fields stretch further back and couple together. The magnetic rubber band breaks, and gas from the solar storm streams along the magnetic lines towards the poles on the night side. This is the nighttime aurora.
What do you think about that? That's the Northern Light. The Northern Light, by the way.
Yes, it's very interesting. I don't know what was the I don't know, the process of the formation of that lights.
Yeah, me neither, but it's really interesting, I think.
Yes, says that people, some people pass their entire lives without not looking at those northern lights. So I got to see them at least once in my life.
Of course, because it's not all everywhere, right? They said it's only in the northern countries like Finland, Norway, maybe because of they're close to Antarctica, maybe, right? To the poles. We are not, we are in the middle. That's why I think we were not able to see it. Okay. So there is now the conversation. Let's do something similar. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I would go to Finland if I could.
Finland. I didn't expect that answer. It seems like a cold and dark place to me.
Not to me. There are so many things to do and see in Finland.
Really? Like what?
It's a perfect place for snowboarding, skiing, and ice fishing, since it snows a lot in winter.
Okay. Do you think Kirk will go to Finland and why?
Uh, no, because he thinks there are no interesting things to do on Finland.
What does Jenna think about Finland?
Uh, Gina thinks that there are many things to do in Finland, and she can have fun in that country.
Okay. Let's continue. Oh, I haven't talked about this. What else can you do there?
Well, it's a famous place. It's also famous for the Northern Lights.
I've seen pictures on the Northern Lights. They look amazingly beautiful.
Yes, it's another reason why I want to go Finland. Northern Lights are a must see.
Okay, and what kind of activities can you describe from the pictures?
Maybe skiing, snowboarding, ice fishing, and to see the Northern Lights.
And scuba diving, right? The letter C.
Uh, but yes, but then we can dive
Ah,
there.
yes, because it's very cold, right? Because it's on the close to Antarctica.
Yes, you could dive if you tried.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, only in those activities. Okay. And which country do you want to visit and why?
I want to visit. I think there's a country I want to visit, and it's Sweden, because I have a friend who lives there, and and he told me about show me in beautiful places on that country. There is a lake near his house, so it's amazing the sea to wake up in the morning and see the lake near the the woods, I think,
Hmm.
and it's a beautiful sea. Yes,
Wow. And do you know where is exactly Sweden? It's in Europe, right? But maybe.
yes, it's I think it's in the frontier with Alemania.
Ah, okay, with the border with Alemania, the Germany, right?
Yes, yeah, sorry, yes, Germany.
Germany. Okay, interesting. I think they said that they have mountains too, right? Germany, Austria, yeah, Sweden. Yeah, interesting.
Yes, it's a
Okay,
beautiful place. It has an interesting culture also.
I can imagine. Yeah, but they said Sweden is not a poor country, right? It's a very rich country,
A very sorry,
very wealthy country.
wealthy.
Yes, rich country. I mean, very rich.
Yes, yes, is rich, but I don't know. I think it's not a problem that. But I heard that they are so progressists,
Yeah, probably
and
because
so I don't know is how to. I'm not aligned with their politics. I think.
mm, yeah, it depends, right? But they told me that in Sweden, it's interesting the culture about usually there are not pickpockets or I don't know if it's true, but
Hmm, it could be.
yeah. And how can you retell the story about this conversation?
Okay. We had two friends. I think Kirk and Gina. I don't know if I think Kirk is a man. I think,
Yeah.
and Kirk asks Gina, which countries does she want to visit? and she said Finland, and she's surprised about that because he thinks that in Finland there are no beautiful places to see or things to do. But Gina has another idea. She thinks that it's a beautiful place for make snowing or other sport activities and to enjoy the winter, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and so she talks at him about the interesting things to do in Finland. Yes, I think.
Right. Yes. Especially about the Northern Light, right?
Yes, especially about life and
The Northern Light.
other things.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's interesting. The Northern Lights. I didn't know also that in Finland was possible to do those activities. I had some ideas. I used to have some tourists from Finland, but I never asked them how is there. Yeah, okay. But let's keep going with the next one. Today we are talking about places in the world to visit. Okay. Vocabulary related to, in this case, places or where we can go. There is interesting. Okay, let me share please my screen right now, and we're gonna continue with this. This is, yep, I think this, yeah. Okay. This is the next topic that we're gonna talk about. So different places in the world have a great vacation. In this lesson, we're gonna learn a little bit about Australia. You know, Australia is another continent, right? Also another country,
Yes.
the kangaroos country. Many Australian people used to come to Bolivia, and they used to tell me that in Australia it's possible to eat kangaroos. When you kill some kangaroos, the government pays you in Australia because there is many kangaroos, and it's very dangerous for in the, they said, in the roads. They cause accidents. Sometimes they eat a lot of food, especially growing when they're harvesting things in their. Okay, just a moment, please. I'm sorry.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay, let's continue now. I'm sorry. Well, yes, I was. They told me that's interesting in Australia because also there is the deadliest animal, right? The deadliest animals in Australia, such as the, you know, scorpions, spiders, poisonous snakes.
Uh, they say that everything that moves on Australia is trying to kill you.
Yes, definitely, definitely. But yeah, they told me very interesting things. They told me also. I used to ask how the kangaroos meat smells like, or how is its flavor. They say it's a bit tough, not like llama meat. Have you tried llama meat? Maybe.
Yes, yes, charque, I think.
Turkey,
No.
yes. Yeah, they said it's like a bit tough because everything's about muscles. Uh, because they are very musculous, right? They have very strong kangaroos.
Yes. There is a say that says it's a meme on internet. I
Okay.
think where they see the statistics of population of kangaroos in Australia and they compare with the population of the army in Paraguay. So they compare it and say that kangaroos can defeat all the Paraguayans. There was an entire meme on internet about Paraguayans versus kangaroos. It was very fun to see how kangaroos would defeat the Paraguayans. There is a flag of kangaroos, and it was very fun.
Yeah, definitely. They told me there is a lot, and also very different kangaroos, tall ones, small ones, different species of kangaroos, not only one. And some others, I don't know. They told me that depending on the place, some others are tall, some others are small, and also they told me about. They used to tell me about the local people, but I mean, there are some still indigenous people in Australia, because Australia first of all was conquered by colonized by British people. So there is a very different how can I say race of people. They are not black. They are not Africans. They are not like Indians. They are completely different. They look so different. Yeah, and yeah, that's very interesting because they're not like even nobody is like them. They're not Asians, not like Africans. They're so different, so very different. That's I used to check out in the internet, and also I think it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, I didn't see an Australian.
Yeah, Aboriginal Australian people are very a kind of weird people because they are not black. They are a bit how can I say with dark skin like Indians. Maybe you can see on the internet at this moment, right? But um, they are not with curly hair like Africans. Yeah, it's interesting. Very,
Yeah,
very.
they're like black people. I think they are something like black people.
Yeah, but not exactly. They
Yes,
have a
this.
very different. They told me they have a very different DNA. Not DNA, but different kind of genoma or something like that. They are not like. Yeah, they are very interesting.
Yes, now I see. They seems like uh, yes. They remember like remember me. I think they descend from the. I don't know. I don't know if this offensive them. I don't know if it's offensive, but
Yeah,
it's like the
Homo
homo.
sapiens, right?
Yes, they have similarities.
Similarities. But the thing is that people don't want to mention that. But I think science, there are many things, many things. We can get tricked. Maybe we always saw, right, some Africans, Latinos, or I don't know, like Quechuas, Aymaras, or but not like them. It's not very common. Only if
Yes,
you investigate, if you have some information, you check out and you understand. Wow,
yes.
it's a bit,
I just realized that they look that way. Maybe
yeah,
it's because they lived in an island. I think they didn't. I don't know how to say.
yeah. It was always separated. I think that continent, and they didn't have any contact with others, with other continents, with other people.
Yes, maybe that's why the DNA is so pure. I think.
Yeah, yeah, very pure. Not like yes, it's completely different. We are mixed. our people in Bolivia, many people looks like Asians, right? That's why we have the nickname of Chino, right?
Ah, yes, that's why. That's because migration. I think during the past century,
Yeah.
one president offered territories to Asian people. So there were a great migration of Asian people in Bolivia. They
Hmm.
formed a lot of how to say colonies here in
Yes.
Santa Cruz. Principally in Peru, there was a big migration from Asian people, and also in Bolivia.
Yes.
So I think that's why we have a lot of Chinos.
Yeah, definitely. But even if we are not, they are not related with directly with Chinese people or with Asian people. Before I think we had some people that used to look like them because I don't know, it's very tricky and it's difficult to understand if you compare, if you read a bit about what is this anthropology. It's possible to find some ceramics similar in China and similar pots in Bolivia, Peru, and that suggests that maybe the colonizer was not the first colonizer was not Christopher Columbus. Probably was another, maybe Asian people. Who knows? Right?
Maybe who knows really, because there were we know that Christopher Columbus was not the first one to
Mhm.
discover America, maybe. So it could be possible.
Yeah, over here in the Lake Titicaca, there is people knows about that. It's not written in the books, but it's possible to listen in the museums. There was called, I think, Apu, like one man who who used to look like with the hairs of the sun, with the eyes of the sky, and something like that. And he used to navigate in the Lake Titicaca. But I think that was a European.
Maybe yes, because blue eyes, I think something like
Yes,
that
yellow
could be.
hair.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's another topic. But let's talk about Australia. I like to, the question is, have you been to Australia? I think no, right? But where would you like to visit in Australia? Maybe you used to hear about some cities.
Yes, I just only heard about Sydney. I think that's the capital, but I don't really like. I'm not very as interested as I don't think they are as interesting as the I don't know how to say the
Europe,
woods. No, sorry, the rural the
a rural area. Yeah,
rural areas. Yes, I would really like to see their I don't know how to say it, their touristic destinations. I think
mhm.
yes, to see the desert. I'm sorry, no, it's not the word desert. Desert is something
Yeah,
tricky.
with nothing, right? So
Yes, I don't know how to say desierto.
desert, it's okay. Desert.
It's okay.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the
okay.
difference with desert? I think to eat
Yes, the other one is dessert.
a desert is dessert. Okay,
Yes.
I would like to see the desert and to see the animals, the danger animals, and
Yeah, in
also to I don't know how to say nadar, to
swim,
swim, to make
the snakes.
diving, make diving. I think there are a
Ah,
lot of arrecifes.
yeah, corals.
Yes, the corals, yes, in Australia. They are beautiful. There are a lot of things to do in Australia.
Maybe you can find the clownfish. There's a
Ah,
movie.
Nemo,
Ah, yes, man.
the
Finding
clown.
Nemo. Oh, yes. That's the clownfish. Yeah.
Yes, that movie was based on Australia.
Yeah, right. About the corals.
Yes. And there is a bridge, I think it's in Sydney,
Okay.
that is a giant bridge only for people, not for cars. So
Oh, wow.
you can pass through that giant bridge and see the entire city.
Wow, interesting. I didn't know about that. Yeah, it's not the bridge of where's the movie? Have you seen the movie George of the Jungle? Yes, right.
George of the Jungle.
George,
Yes.
George of the Jungle. But he used to climb up to a big bridge. But I think it's in San Francisco in the United States.
Yes. No, there is another bridge. I don't know where it is. Yes. This is the bridge. Sydney Harbor Bridge.
Ah, Sydney Harbor Bridge. Wow,
Yes.
interesting. Okay. Well, now we're gonna go to this matching game. Ah, no, before I need to. I also have the video about Australia, and I
Mhm.
will. It's interesting. I was looking for that, and we're gonna try to do it because I said that I had to find the video, but it's not easy. Especially the conversation, but I think it's much better than the other one. Okay, some short videos, and let's do it. Let's check it out.
This is Earth. Maybe you've heard of it? I sure hope so, because you live on one of its 7 continents. This one's most known for its desert landscapes and unique animals. Australia. Australia
Can you listen, please?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
is the smallest of the 7 continents, and it's entirely surrounded by water. It's also the only country in the world that covers an entire continent. At almost 3 million square miles, Australia is located below Asia in the southern hemisphere. That's how it got its nickname, the land down under. Life down under is very unusual. It can go from scorching dry temperatures to very subtropical. In the southern hemisphere, stars and constellations appear upside down and reversed compared to the northern hemisphere. This is because the Earth turns on its axis from the north to the south pole. Even the seasons are in reverse. So get out your winter parkas in the summer and surfboards during the holidays. And you'll definitely need sunscreen if you visit one of Australia's many deserts. Like the Great Victoria Desert, the largest desert in the continent. Australia's warm, sunny climate and giant open spaces make for great outdoor adventures. Ready to camp out underneath the stars in the Australian outback? On clear nights, you can see almost 3,000 stars. Want to take a dip in the ocean? There are over 1,500 species of fish that live in the Great Barrier Reef, located in the Pacific Ocean, the largest coral reef in the world. Another natural wonder can be found in the heart of the continent, Uluru, a sacred rock formation that stands 1,100 feet tall. And of course, there are some incredible animals in Australia, like kangaroos and emus that live on the coast, and the cute marsupials like koalas and wombats, and unique animals like the platypus and camels. Australia has almost 1,000 different reptile species, including some of the most dangerous snakes. Even though many of the world's deadliest species live here, Australia is home to over 24 million people. The continent's first people arrived in Australia about 50,000 years ago. Australia is one of the most ethnically and geographically diverse nations in the world. What an incredible place. A beautiful island. I mean, country. Wait, continent. Well, you know what I mean. All of the above. Australia.
Yeah. The bridge was the first image on the video, I think.
Yeah, right. I noticed that it was definitely the first, and the opera. I don't know what's the name. Opera Hall, right in Sydney.
Yeah, yes, the opera. Uh, and there was the emu, the most aggressive animal I think in the world.
Hmm. Ah,
It's,
yes, very like almost like dinosaurs, right?
yes, it's very dangerous because it seems like a bird or a giant bird, but it's
Very
very
strong.
dangerous. Yes, very strong. His hands can has the same size of a head, a human head, I think.
Oof, very big. Yeah, it must be very dangerous. Yeah, it's very interesting, right? Also, did you know that eucalyptus, right, that tree, eucalyptus tree, we say
Yes,
eucalyptus, right? Eucalyptus. It was
yes.
that comes from Australia. It was they took for in the colonial time here in Bolivia. The eucalyptus is from Australia.
Yes, it's the food of koalas, I think.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yes, when you bring an species from other countries to another, you can affect the ecosystem.
ecosystem, of course,
So
definitely.
it could be it could have a great impact.
Yeah, it can definitely. Eucalyptus needs a lot of water, and that dries out big areas and also kills other plants because it turns the soil very acidic, very acid, right?
Yes, so it'd be bad in some cases.
Yeah, definitely. But we have a lot of eucalyptus trees here in La Paz. Woods, small woods, bosquecillos of trees, of eucalyptus trees.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
The word was, have you seen the word of the coral reefs, right? Arrecife.
Yes, coral reefs. That was I was trying to say before.
Yeah, yeah.
Coral reef.
Okay. Then let's keep going now. Let's go through the sentences. Pay attention to the words in red. The old couple retired to a small village to get away from the crowded city.
Nancy, no, sorry. Many people go to Brisbane to enjoy the excitement of hot air ballowing.
Nancy and George had some exciting adventures in the Amazon rainforest.
Richard loves biking along the pathway every Sunday morning.
I hope you have a great vacation in Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, in number two, I think is have a great vacation.
Yes, right? Definitely. Have a great vacation. Great vacation. And the next one,
I think pathway.
pathway. Yes. There are many ways to say, right? We say also trail, but trail is in the mountains. It's like sendero, like the way of the animals.
Yes.
Yeah, that's trail. Very short, very. Usually that those trails are used by the animals, right? And also it's possible to do trekking. Do you know what's trekking is? Walking with difficulty in the mountains. But well, we say there are many ways to call this one, right? Also, it's possible to say only way, or we can say road, right? Um, pathway, trailway, road. I don't know. There are
Road is for avenues, I think.
yes, but pathway is como un camino, right? In Spanish, like a small.
A small
And
street.
yeah, no, it's like yeah, can be, but related to road, related to trail. Okay, mm, some yeah, there are some similarities to say road, way, trail. I don't remember other words, but there are many, many. Number four, what do you think is?
Hot air ballooning.
Mhm. Hot air. Do you think it's possible to find out one of them here in Bolivia?
I never seen that. No, but
Yeah.
I know in Chile there are hot air ballooning activities. I don't know if it's in Bolivia.
Yeah, I don't think also, I don't know. I didn't know. I never heard. And
Yes.
how about the number five is
Uh, Adventures.
yeah, right? Adventures. Adventures. Is there any places to do adventure tourism in Santa Cruz? I think there are many places.
Yes, in fact, the that place in the photograph
Mhm.
it really remembers me a place I visit before. There was Velo de Novia, the place.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can travel. You got to walk for I think 1 kilometer, but as is like the photograph. I think it's almost the same. Uh,
Wow.
there is a river, a small river. You cross through several places through the trees. There are trees that are the way you got to pass through the trees. There are little scales, I think you got to pass, and that scales are made of um, stone, and it's beautiful because at the end of the travel, you see the uh, cascades. And it's
Waterfalls?
yeah, yes, the waterfalls, and it's amazing. It's like the name Velo de Novia because it's a little on the top and it's great on the sorry in the ground.
Oh, wow. It's like a big waterfall.
Yes, it's a big waterfall. It's height, I think, very high.
Mm, wow. Yeah, that's interesting. But I don't know. It's not promotion, right? Because we don't hear too much about those places. The only thing very promoted in Bolivia is like the Uyuni salt flat.
Yeah, but there is a lot of other things to do. I never heard about the Velo de Novia, but it's so secret, I think, because you get there passing through. There is a alambrado. I don't know how to say.
Yeah.
It's like you are entering into a house of someone,
Oh,
but
wow.
you enter into some trees, and you get you are in the way to the Velo de Novia, and there's no signal, sorry,
Yeah.
or something, but it's
Wow.
beautiful. I think that some people should know about it.
Of course. Because there are, yeah, only we over here in La Paz, we talk about Rurenavac, we talk about the Noel Kempf Park, Senda Verde, or something like that, or Los Yungas, Lake Titicaca. But in Santa Cruz, I think, of course, there are very nice places to go.
Yes, there are beautiful places to see.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what's the meaning of getaway?
Getaway is like to,
Escape.
yes, to move out of some place, I think.
Yeah. Also, it's possible to use as a verb, right? As a phrasal verb.
Yes.
The police can chase a suspect and they will say, "Don't get away! Stop it! Stop there!"
Yes. Or don't get away from me. In the couples, I think.
Also, or when a mom is trying to punish the boy,
Away. Yes.
yeah, don't get away, don't get away.
And he throws it with a shoe.
Yeah, or with the sandal.
Yes, the sandal.
Yeah, I saw one video, one mom throwing from very far. Yes, what to one girl and the girl falls down.
Yes, the moms have a good aim, I think.
Yeah,
Good aiming.
of course. And okay, let's do the conversation. Let's start.
Okay, what are your plans for the winter vacation, Grace?
I plan on going to Brisbane. It's summer over there now, so I can get away from the cold winter here and enjoy the lovely sunshine.
Sounds great. What are you planning to do there?
I'm also thinking of trying trying hot air ballooning.
Okay.
Where do you think they live? The United
I
States?
think they live in the United States, I think,
Why?
because the winter there there is cold.
Yeah,
In the other countries, winter is hot.
Brazil.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
eternal, maybe eternal spring, right? Or it's hot, not it's
Yes. Eternal summer.
yeah. But in Santa Cruz, have you ever seen hailing? I mean,
Hating.
granizo, hailing,
Uh, I remember when I was a child, there was a hailing. Sorry,
yes,
hailing,
hailing, right? It's like
hailing.
yes.
Yes, when I was a child and years ago, yeah, they were hailing, but
Oh,
it's usual in Samaipata or Valle Grande, in some places, but not in the city. In the city, no, there's not a lot of hailing.
yeah, and
And
snow,
no, nothing about snow. It's impossible to snow here.
and icy rivers.
I should not. Maybe cold water, but not no ice
Ice,
river.
yeah, yeah. Over here is very common to see that.
Ice rivers. Oh,
Yes, rivers used to be completely frozen, and it's sometimes it's very cold, and you can even step on the water without
wow.
falling down. Yeah, it used to be very thick, but the river is still running under the ice. But on the
No,
top, you can bike. But
but
I think
you
something.
don't fall because it's I think it's sleep or no.
Yeah, it is. But I remember when I was a child, I used to be on over the rivers. Rio Desaguadero is a very long river that connects the Lake Titicaca to Popo. And in
Yes.
winter, it used to be completely frozen, all the river, and the water still used to go under this the ice, and I used to step there playing. Yeah,
Could be very frozen because I
yeah.
hear I don't know I can't support that.
At the cold, you can't stand for the cold.
Yes, I can stand the cold because I like it, but I don't know. With 10 degrees, I'm frozen. Oh, 10 degrees. No, it's
Yeah.
very cold for me. But I heard in La Paz there are -1 or -2 degrees.
-5, -7, sometimes
Minus,
-10.
no, that would be impossible for me.
In
I'm
Uyuni,
dying at 5 degrees. No,
in Uyuni is worse. Once I was under -23 Celsius degrees.
-20. I can't stand even the AC air at 17 degrees.
Yeah, that is crazy because even for me it was so hard, and I couldn't even breathe because when I breathed, the air wanted to blow my head or my nose was. I felt that my ears was open, almost breaking, and my nose too. It was so.
Uh, I think people in La Paz are
Just
they
it
used to.
used
Sorry,
to, right? We
are
are
we?
used to the cold weather or adjusted. But even of that, in uni in Oruro is colder than La Paz.
Yeah. Even when there were an activity here in Santa Cruz, a science activity, and some guys from La Paz came here to Santa Cruz, and he was almost 14 degrees. They were 38, I think.
Okay.
It was very hot. Yeah, so they came here and they were with their uh, I don't know, sweaters
Yeah.
and buzos. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, with the pants.
Yes, with their pants. And wow, couldn't imagine. I was with my shorts and my no,
Yeah. Yes.
they were dying. They were so wet. They couldn't breathe even. I was
That
saying, why do they came here with pants and with their I don't know how
it's
to say. Yeah, there's the sweaters. I don't know. They were crazy.
yeah. Once that happened to me because I have a lot of relatives in Santa Cruz, and it was my niece's graduation. I went to Santa Cruz, and so yeah, we were with my cousins also. My cousins were born in Santa Cruz. They live in Fifth Ring, and on a fourth ring, I think, Cuarto Anillo. And I went to the party, and I was good at the beginning. I was with my t-shirt, but suddenly we were sitting there, and I started to sweat a lot. I was wet, but everyone was fine, was dry, and I said, they asked me, "Did you come from La Paz?" Yes, yes. Well, yeah, it's difficult for me. It was so hard for me, and I went to take a shower, and then I think for 15 minutes I was good, fresh, and again I was sweating. I was no, I went again. I think in 2 hours or 3 hours I went 5 times to the shower. Yeah, and I think I got too much shower, and I hurt my skin.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
because yeah, it was very sensitive. My skin, my face, it was red, and no, I wanted to run away from that because when you sweat, it's salty, right?
Yes. So,
And it was
hurts.
damaging my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I I know here sometimes I don't use the jabón. I don't know how to say. Just
The
once in the day, and the other times I go to the shower is just for
yeah,
put
get
water in
fresh.
the water, just to get fresh. As usual.
Yeah, but I think I took too much shampoo and yeah, it was no, it was not a good experience for me. It
Yes,
was
I imagine. I think it's the same from people who came from Santa Cruz to La Paz.
yeah,
The
they
opposite.
don't enjoy the weather because it's cold.
Yes. I think the best weather in the country is Cochabamba.
Yeah, yeah, of course, Cochabamba is nice.
It's in the
Not
middle, I think.
definitely it is. It's very nice. Okay, let's continue. I don't know. I don't remember. In Grace. Let's continue, please.
Okay. That sounds exciting. Have you ever tried hot air balloon before?
No, but I will try this time. Brisbane has the finest weather for such an adventure.
I heard that city is also good for bicycling. It has over 27 kilometers of bicycle pathways.
That would be great. Thanks for the. I'm sorry. Thanks for letting me know.
You're welcome. Have a great vacation.
What is Grace going to do in Brisbane?
And
Brisbane.
she's going to travel and trying hot air ballooning.
Yes. Why Brisbane is a good place for the activities?
Because Brisbane has good weather for that activity.
Mhm. And where do you plan to go for your next vacation?
That's interesting. I was planning to go Machu Picchu with my mother, but
Ah,
yes, but it was canceled because of I couldn't have vacation this year, so I couldn't go. Maybe next year. It's hard when you have just 2 weeks per year vacation.
yeah, 2 weeks. Also with pandemic, with the virus, so impossible. Me neither. I didn't during all the pandemics. I didn't have any vacation. In the past, I used to go every year to somewhere. Once I went. I spent 2 weeks in Santa Cruz, Sucre. Or I used to go to Peru or to Chile. But now, no, no. I had to stay at home.
I think there are works when you got to travel a lot. I think some engineers travel other cities in the country. So I would
Oh,
like to be part of those teams that travels to do work and try to visit some places. I think that would be great.
I think in the future I'll do it because I don't know if I mentioned I'm studying environmental engineering now,
Mm,
and probably I'll go to the to I don't know to work in the villages or yeah. Mm. But I like to do.
yes, it's interesting when you travel and do work. You have the opportunity to know other places while you are working.
Mhm.
That would be great, I think.
Yeah, I hope that I'm gonna have. Usually I'm very busy here with my activities, but I like to change it. Yeah, I hope so because yeah, as a teacher is also interesting, but not it's not adventurous. You're close. You have to be. You're very busy all the time.
Yes, I imagine.
Yeah. Okay, and okay, the next one. Can you retell the story, maybe?
Okay. Maybe the story talks about two friends again, and she is Grace that is planning to go Brisbane. It's, it's on Australia because she wants to try hot air ballooning, and that place is perfect for that activity because of the weather. And also she is going to try biking. Yes,
Mhm.
because it has uh, a long way at 27 kilometers of pathways for biking. Yes, and that's the story.
Yeah, great. Okay. We have one more. I think we can cover it. We can cover it. We still speak about those topics until we get tired. There are like, it's interesting this material, but I think there are like four, no, five, five lessons about each topic. Uh, okay, but at least it's better cover three lessons, four if it's possible, depending. But to talk the same topic the next week, it's not, it's not okay. But anyway, let's share this screen right now, and we're gonna start with this. Okay, this is about Scotland, Scottish Highland Games. Okay, we're gonna talk about Scottish culture. Yeah, I had some interesting experiences with Scottish people and some bullies also to them because yeah, some Americans especially used to bully them. Where's your skirt? Something.
You're scared. Yes.
Yeah, men wear skirt, right? Yeah, but they feel very proud, very proud. I think in every cities in the country, every year when it's the National Day of Scotland, they organize military parade, not military, but some parades, especially Scottish people with their knives and their skirts. They don't. They also. They're like warriors, right? In Canada, in the United States, and in other countries where Scottish people live, but also they wear some knives on their legs. What have you seen those people maybe in Santa Cruz?
No, I never. Maybe just lost The Simpsons, I think. But no, I
I
didn't see it here.
Yeah, I mean, I used to see in La Paz, but maybe there are some few groups, small groups.
Yes.
Even yeah, I think what is that? The Saint Valentine's, but it's not. It's from Scotland also too, right? Or am I
Some
right?
Valentine is from Scotland.
Yeah, the dwarfs. The how can I say that? Because they were in green, right? Everything is in green. Ah, no, it's not in from Scotland. I don't remember very well. The green, yes, from St. Valentine's.
San Valentine's, I think it was from Rome. Rome. There was a story about
Yeah.
uh, an emperor and San Valentine that was a bishop, I think, and he used to marry people, to marry the soldiers, I think, and the emperor didn't wanted to didn't want to them to get married because
Ah,
he
yeah.
thinks it will be bad for their imperium. Sorry, for their kingdom.
Kingdom. Yeah,
Yeah.
but what about the? Is it no? It's not San Valentine, right? When we talk about the leaves, green leaves, and there is a dwarf, like we say in Spanish, duende, right? Mm,
Yes.
and people usually drink a lot of beer. I think
Yeah. It's common, and I think in Scotland to drink beer and to, yes, and their red hair.
Reddish hair, right?
Yes, their red hair.
Yeah, that's yeah. We used to see people celebrating over here also. As an English institute, we used to celebrate in La Paz San Valentines with those, but not with beers, of course.
Will be interesting. Some
Yeah.
beer.
But I think many people drink beer in also almost everyone in Germany.
Yes,
I'd say
German.
it's very, very popular to drink beer in Germany, in Russia too. I think they drink a lot of.
Yes, even in Sweden, the father of my friend
Mhm.
used to drink beer like maybe like water. He was eating the dinner or the breakfast and a beer. But he was not a drink man, or he was
Yeah.
not drunk, but he used to drink beer. It
Many
was
people do it, I think, right? Many people like that.
yes,
I remember a couple of years ago, I used to work with one engineer in the mine. He used to drink every single day beer with his lunch in lunchtime with a beer always. Yeah, but I used to drink no just one glass. And that's it. But he used to drink more every day. But it's disgusting every day. I think maybe some people like that, but every day I don't think.
I couldn't get the taste of the beer. It was like acid. I don't know. I didn't like
Very
it.
strong.
Just very strong for me.
Yeah, but yes, me too. I don't like to drink too much because you feel that you are full and you don't want to drink more, but people still do it. And,
Yes, I don't want to be in that situation. I think to reach that point,
uh-huh.
I think I don't know. I don't want to judge or something like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person, but uh, I feel it would make me another person. It would change my life in the person I am. So I don't want to cross that point.
Yeah, it
That's why
depends.
I don't want to prove
Yeah, but sometimes maybe you will do it in the future. Who knows?
in the
But
future. But I don't know.
yeah, who knows? What do you know about Scotland?
About the Scotland,
Mhm.
firstly, I didn't know that it was British on
Yeah,
UK. I think.
yeah, right. Look at this. This is over there is the knife, right?
The knife. Well,
Yes, they
it
always carry a knife.
looks
If
like
you,
a woman accessory.
yeah, but you cannot insult them or say, or they will take out the knives.
But
Yeah, but people used to laugh on them, especially tourists.
yes, I imagine.
Okay, and let's read this according to these pictures. Um, The Scottish Highlander is wearing his national dress, the kilt.
Many people wear the traditional dresses of their countries on special days.
If I were you, I'd wear something a bit formal for such a special occasion.
Bagpipes are a type of musical instrument played especially in Scotland and Ireland.
You'll need a change of clothes if you're staying overnight. Okay. San Valentine, I think, is Ireland, right? Irish people, not Scotland. I get confused.
Yes,
Reddish hair, right? With green. It's from Ireland. It's not Scotland.
yes, maybe. Ireland is also a good country. I was considering to study there, maybe.
Ah, yes.
That's also one of the happiest places in the world.
Yeah, yeah, I might. And how about number two?
Number two would be a special occasion.
Yes, right. Special occasion. That's right. Special occasion. And number three.
Number three would bagpipes.
Okay, bagpipes, yes. Interesting instrument. There was a guy playing that in La Paz.
Well, I don't know how do they do it work. It's a rare instrument, I think.
Yeah,
Has a lot of tubes and that bag. I don't know.
and I
I
think you
think
need to drink a lot of beer to blow it.
yes, it could be. I don't know.
Yeah, because imagine it's. And how about number four?
A change of clothes.
Yes, a change of clothes.
And five is kilt.
Kilt. It's not skirt, right?
Kilt. Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Before we keep going, we're gonna watch the short video that I was looking for about Scotland. Okay, let's do it. Let me share, please. We still have a couple of minutes to cover this.
Don't know if I ever would have been able to go abroad if not for Fulbright. Just
Can you listen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
the opportunity to be able to come here and to not have to worry about the logistics of how am I going to get here, where am I going to go, how am I going to get from point A to point B.
We went on a boat cruise to Loch Ness, and it was just interesting to see the Highland hospitality aspect of Scotland, where people were just kind of going with the flow of life. But I can definitely attest to the fact that all of us were super excited to get back to Glasgow.
Glasgow is such a dynamic city. It's got the new and it's got the old. There's tourism, there's people visiting, and then there's people living, and it's just a big blend of just awesomeness.
They have this saying here in Glasgow called "People Make Glasgow." In my weeks here, I've come to know that that's very true. Everyone here is so welcoming and so willing to share their culture with Americans, and it's just been such a wonderful experience.
It's such a mix of like old and new. It reflects how Scotland is willing to look back to its past for inspiration, but also go forward in the future and not let anything stand in its way.
University of Strathclyde has really impressed me. It seems like they cover a lot of different areas: architecture, engineering, business. It seems like they're the top university in a lot of those areas.
It's really nice to see some of the work that University of Strathclyde does in biomedical research. To be able to go into the laboratories of a major research institution and see the work that they're doing, it really is a university that engages in what it itself terms as useful learning.
I I've been so impressed with Fulbright, with their whole mission to create ambassadors for your country and the country you visit. As me, myself, I probably would not have gone out of the United States for a very long time, and now I'm really inclined to want to study abroad and really take a lot of international learning into my everyday life so that one day when I go into my career as an engineer, I can really think globally when I'm trying to do my job.
The fact that Fulbright's given us so many opportunities to not only see this amazing country at a surface level like every other tourist, but to go in depth and meet people behind some of these amazing industries, to interact with GSA and Strathclyde, and to meet people that are really driving their fields. All of that, Fulbright has been a root cause of. And so I'm very grateful for them.
Sounds like a education spot, or I don't know, but it's interesting inside Scotland.
Yes, and I really like the part of biomedical engineering.
Yeah, I see.
Interesting. Yes. Sometime maybe Fulbright. I heard about the Fulbright scholarship, but I think it's very competitive to get one of those scholarships. But even so, I want to try it.
Of course, there is very common in La Paz that scholarship, Fulbright, and in Santa Cruz, I think also.
Yes, but I don't know. I didn't know a lot of people that knows about it. Maybe in my little circle, I didn't have some of them. But yes, I know when I talk with people from Cochabamba or La Paz, yeah, they are very informated maybe about the scholarships.
Yeah, especially in La Paz, it's very common. The scholarships are very common.
Yes, I would really like to be one of them.
Of course. Yeah, I as a teacher, as an English teacher, I had a chance to teach some of them. They went to the US, they came back, especially taking the Fulbright. Yeah, it's interesting.
Wow, and why do they take English classes after going the US? I don't know.
Sometimes, as you can believe it or not, some people go, but not with a good level of English.
And even so, they achieve to
Yeah.
understand everything.
Yeah, even so, they get the TOEFL test. They are very mechanical. Their English is very mechanical. Of course, they know a lot of things about vocabulary, but not natural speaking. They still have some problems with that. If they don't keep studying, they will forget about that. Maybe they have studied a lot to get some kind of scholarships, but even living there, I think, because usually Fulbright is not very long, 6 months or things like that. And they still need, and that's why we used to have some, I remember it was twin boys who already lived in the US, but they took English class because they said they need to take the TOEFL test, and also they didn't know nothing about grammar or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't expect that because I thought some people say that the better way to learn English is to live or to practice with native people. So if you live at least 6 months in US, I think you got all the English you need. I think maybe insecurity or some doubts about themselves make them to take classes. Maybe, but I think when you are there, you will get a better English.
Definitely, but I don't know. They maybe because they still want to study or to go again, or just maybe in order to be in touch with English, because once they're here in Bolivia, they have no chance to practice. Who knows?
Yes.
But there are some people who still, even going to the United States, getting back, they still study English.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. Or maybe just to show that how good they are in English.
Maybe. But I couldn't pay for that
Yeah,
reason.
to waste time, right?
Yes.
Instead of that, I can learn maybe French or I don't know, who knows, right?
I used to practice English with native people, but by playing a game, they were a game that called VR chat, where you
Ah,
are in a virtual world, like metaverse, I think, like
yeah.
the metaverse of Facebook, but other one. And there were a lot of United States people and Korean people and African and all over the world. And we used to talk in English. I think that was my very sorry, the place I learned a lot of English. I think. I didn't practice English until I get this course or this program. Everything I knew was because of YouTube or VR chat. That's why I think video games are good too, in some cases.
But it's okay. Your English is good. The only thing I think is you need to practice a bit more, and of course you're fluent. But the thing is that I can see maybe a bit practice, only that conversation. That's,
Yes, I really needed conversation because I couldn't practice a lot of yes.
yeah, definitely, it's a good chance. This I think. Uh, is that a skirt you are wearing?
It's not a skirt. It's a kilt. There's a big difference.
But they look similar to me. Is a kilt or a skirt for men?
Not exactly. The kilt is the traditional dress of Scotland that is worn by men for special occasions.
So why are you wearing it now?
It's for the Highland Games in Scotland. I'm trying it on to see how it looks.
Okay. According to Jacob, what is a kilt?
Uh, it is a skirt for men.
The name is kilt, right?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Uh,
Why is Jacob wearing a kilt?
it's wearing a kilt because it's a special occasion, and how he's trying on to see how it looks.
Hmm. Okay. I know the Highland Games, they happen every summer in Scotland, right?
That's right. The big events are piping, drumming, and dancing.
I guess there will be a lot of people playing the bagpipe and wearing kilts. Are you gonna wear that kilt every day in Scotland?
It's just for events. I bring a change of clothes.
Okay. Well, maybe you can tell about the story. What was that about?
Okay, there were two friends, and Lee May is surprised to see Jacob wearing a skirt. And Jacob says it's not a skirt, it's a kilt, and it's a traditional dress for special occasions. And he also says the difference between those. And he says that he only wears the kilt for special occasions, and he will change their clothes after that parade or that occasion.
Great. Okay, David. I think I need to send the poll. By the way, I'm gonna write a question on classroom, and you gotta answer, but with a recording, okay?
Okay, I got to record something on Classroom.
Yeah, you will tell a bit about a place you would like to visit, and describe, just speak for a couple of minutes and tell where would you like to go, what would you like to do, what, something like that, okay? Something related to our topic, to our lessons that we got today about traveling, about trips, about doing tourism, about places. Yeah, you can describe a place you would like to go.
Okay, how long should the recording be?
More than 1 minute,
More than 1 minute. Okay.
not 10
Okay.
minutes. More than one, depends, but not less than 1 minute.
Okay. Until how many days I have
Uh,
to complete this?
you can complete until Friday, but the thing is that there's gonna be two recordings, Monday and Wednesday, because Friday is your oral presentation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and there will be two recordings per week.
Okay, teacher. I will do it.
Yes, okay, please. Well, that's it for today, and we're gonna see each other tomorrow in the call. So have a very nice rest, and we're gonna see each other tomorrow.
Okay. Good night, teacher. See you
Good
tomorrow.
night.